get our memories back.
Approximately 5,500 years ago, during the Sumerian Egypt invasions, human DNA was scrambled, unplugged, and there was human memory wipe by the
That's
negative
real, by the
aliens, if
way.
you want to call it Anunnaki or fallen angelics. There's been 3 memory wipes, and this was the latest one. And so how did they do this, and why did they do this? So they did this by taking over Stargate 4 in Egypt. And if you take over Stargate number 4, which is the heart chakra, dimension 4, DNA strand 4, they created an artificial 5D wormhole in Saqqara, Egypt. And they started to run, whoever controls a Stargate controls the flow of information that comes through that portal, and they started running scrambled codes into the planetary morphogenetic fields. And so these scrambled codes literally would interfere with the fire lettering in the DNA strands of human beings. So it scrambled the human race memory, and humanity in essence got cut off from dimensions 4, 5, and 6, got cut off from its memory. And every DNA strand actually holds cellular memory. So it forgot. It got cut off from its higher sensory perception. It got cut off from its soul. It got cut off from its natural ascension timelines. And now they scrambled the human DNA and they made humanity forget 5,500 years ago. And then they started.
Remember, I said, for those of you who've been with me, that that was one of the risks coming here, was feeling cut off from the Most High, cut off from the higher dimensions, and this aligns with. I didn't even know about this until now. I'm hearing it, but I knew about it in my soul, in my memories, that that was a risk coming here, was that you were going to feel and possibly be cut off from the higher dimensions in your connection to the Most High God, and that you're never really cut off. And he's validating, honestly, it's kind of wild what I was saying, and I didn't even know this was written down. Like, this is from Ashayana, and this is Samuel, but I'll continue playing it because it goes along with everything I've been letting you all know all along. And then I came across her, and it's blows my mind, this stuff I remembered that this lady and he is speaking on, and what is his name, Christos Avatar, speaking on. Like, I remembered this stuff from before I came here. This is why I shared it, and have shared it so many times on my channel, that that was the biggest risk coming here.
Creating and promoting a false history. So they rewrote history, and they started saying that the most ancient records are the Sumerian tablets from 5,500 years ago. And they started promoting a false father god religion, and that the Jehovian Anunnaki, that's where the word Jehovah comes from, are the creator gods of humanity. So, in essence, they took over Stargate 4, scrambled the human DNA by running scrambled codes, a wiped, blank slated human memory, and then they started promoting a false father god religion.
Those are around us,
such
too.
as Jehovah and the Anunnaki. The fallen draconian based Roman Catholic Church started to get involved as well, and they started indoctrinating humanity by taking over and influencing through the church the political environment and the leaders of that time into patriarchal domination, violent religions, sexual misery programming, and recycling of souls on the astral plane, and many other modalities and methods they instituted to start a mind control plan for patriarchal domination and continued enslavement of all of humanity. And let me remind you, they're doing this because through repeated free will choice, they cut themselves off from source. And if you cut yourselves off from the source of all energy, you need to parasitize energy, put yourself as a false creator god, change the base 12 code to base 10 code, and create mind control programs, because whoever controls the mind controls the soul. And they're feeding off of the fear and the energy that they're creating through elaborate mechanisms. And so this plan is continuously running these mind control programs, and it's culminating into the proposed plan of 2030, the One World Order plan, which, Klaus Schwab and his homies meet in the World Economic Forum to discuss every year. So the fallen angelics also utilized humans to write the Bible. Let me repeat that. The fallen angelics utilized human beings to write the Bible at the Council of Nicaea, and who was there? Do your own research. The Church of Rome represented all of these Jehovah and Anunnaki. They all came together and they chose 80% truth, 20% distortion, and to create a manuscript, which is the most popular book in the world, to religious mind control from the Jehovian Anunnaki. And they wrote the Armageddon software and crucifixion implants to block the pineal gland, to institute fear, and to make angelic humans give their energy and power outside of themselves to a false creator God. And they did this by inserting holographic inserts to project into mind control using negative alien technology. The Draconians from the Orion group also infiltrated the Church of Rome, and they used the false crucified Christ figure, false Father God religion of the Jehovah, to wage psychological and spiritual warfare and mind control and brainwash humanity through religious fear, persecution, ultimately to try to get them into enslavement. And check this out. The Armageddon story in the Christian Bible, as discussed in the book of Revelation, is based on the Atlantean cataclysm. Remember Atlantis, there was a fall of Atlantis. This cellular memory is still alive in celestial human beings. And so the Armageddon story in Revelation is based on the Atlantean cataclysm and is reptilian software being used to torment humans from their cellular memories of Atlantis and Lemuria, where massacres happened in Lemuria and Atlantis. And so we have this cellular memory. Though they cut the 4th, 5th, and 6th stranded DNA off, they're using the biblical story of Revelation to reawaken that fear-based terminology of Armageddon to try to once again control humanity and feed off humanity.
It's time to wake up, everybody.
Fear. Good news. This 26,000 year cycle, dark age, where we forgot, where we were told that there's false creator gods, Father God, patriarchal domination, is slowly starting to unwind, because the truth, we're on another cycle now. We're entering into another cycle. And the core frequency of Mother Earth, the Schumann resonance, is increasing. Some call it the golden age, the return cycle to source. And as this starts happening, we start to remember. And in the ceremonies that I actually facilitate, the Heart Protocol, some people are starting to remember their Atlanteus and reawaken their Atlantis cellular memory. For every DNA strand that is accreted, they start having a cellular memory. And people in the middle of their ceremonies are literally saying, I'm having a DNA strand upgrade. And their higher sensory perception comes online. Their cellular memory that was wiped from them starts coming back online, and they start remembering. And people are having visions of flying into Atlantis on spaceships. People are having visions of the times they talk to dolphins. People are having visions of the time as a high priestess in Atlantis. And we're starting to remember and starting to actually rewrite these past timelines into a timeline that Atlantis is still rising. And we are remembering that we are who we've been looking for. We do not need a middleman, a religion, or a guru. You are you. And we're starting to rebalance our matriarchal and paternal beings into one, and remember our codes that we are source. All things flow from source, all things return to source, and all things are now bathing in source.
They don't want you to, okay, you believe what you want. It's all good with me. But I'm going to be real with you. This world wants you to pray to outside of yourself. It will tell you you are not God, creator of all that is. It is Luciferian. And we are in this time, for those, if you remember, again, if you remember, I remember the warnings. And I do. And we're in it. We're in it right now of the flip. of what's going to be, what is positive is negative, is negative is positive. Okay. When you're 3 years old, 4 years old, and you're sitting in a church and you're listening to some priest, fear, 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 and you're standing up saying that's not God, because you know and you remember, because this world is so dark and distorted, and it is, and most of you already know that. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. Clearly, if you're an organized religion, that's great. If you believe in the Bible, that's great for you. I do not. I don't. Yes, is there truth in there? Yes, there is. But we have to find the truth in the slivers of truth, slivers, over the distortion. And he has shown some, and this is Samuel. I put it in the title if you don't know. And this is Ashayana. And it's not because they're saying, for me, it's not because they're saying it. I remember. I remember. That's why I don't feel like I fit here. I know I'm here and I know I have a life here and yada, yada, yada. But I don't fit into this distortion world. This is all control, 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 control. You're a number, you're a toe tag, you're a birth certificate. This is all Masonic, Jehovian shit. And it is. And I'm sorry if you are a Jehovah's Witness. I'm sorry. I'm not, but I am. You're in a false God. You're in a false God. Because Creator is love. And then to hear people say that they get messages from the Creator to say that I am not love. Well, where do you think you got? Your soul is pure love. This is why we're so inundated into this world and battered and beaten down, so that you forget that you are true divine creator of all that is in a temporary meat suit, having this weirdo experience. You are love. You are love. You're not control. You're not organized. You're love. Love transcends all space and time and all energy, in all distortions. And you will remember. We're in this time now. You will remember. Or I don't know, maybe you won't. But I feel for most of the starseeds here, you will clearly remember who you are. And it's not what this world says. This world wants to indoctrinate you into what it wants you to be. The one world order, or whatever they want to call it. Submission, submission. Bow to me. Bow to me. Let me tell you. And you believe, again, you believe what you want. You are loved so much. You are loved beyond what you can even grasp of what love is. You are loved. You are celebrated. You really are. And you don't bow on no dang knee. You choose. You choose. Clearly you choose. If you feel comfortable getting on your knees and talking to God, by all means. That's not what I'm meaning. It's different when you are in the presence of the divine, of what bow means. And it is. Your soul, it comes from not your knee. You don't bend no dang knee. It's your soul knows it's in the presence of such greatness of yourself, of one with all, not separate from. This world has sliced and diced and separated and taken all the divinity and sliced it up into organized organ. And again, you believe what you want. If you're into the Catholic religion, and if that works for you, great. I'm not into organized religion. I'm not of this world. I'm in this world, but I'm definitely not of this world. And I see differently, and I remember. And I've shared with you many a time how I have left this world and come back. And I was guided to let you know, if you're interested, that you are truly love. You truly are. It's not and God isn't a he or a she. It's love. It's love. And you have every right to tap in, however you feel comfortable doing so. And this world has no right to tell you to not do that. Like I had shared a little bit with someone that I thought, just keep that just separate. When I'm starting to have scripture thrown at me from a fallen book that someone knows is a fallen book, because I read tarot. All right, I don't read tarot. Okay, I use my decks to communicate with the Most High, with my soul. I channel through my soul. And you have a right to do that. You have a right to tap into the creator of all that is, however you feel comfortable doing so. And this world does not want you to do that. It wants to make you feel guilt, shame, remorse, sin, bad. How dare you? It's evil. No, it's not. How else are you supposed to hear God? How else are you supposed to hear the creator? And I'm not saying there aren't dark seers. Believe me, I know they're out there. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the love and light souls that are really here, that are sharing the messages that they get through their soul, through the divine creator, to always help, right? We're always here to help, not hurt somebody. And as I shared, that was really a low blow that was, I felt targeted at me from someone that I thought was like a brother to me. And I get people get lost along the way, and I do. And all I can do is just forgive and move on. Right? No ill will, just forgive and move on. For that's all of a sudden you believe that. Okay. We all go back and forth and flip flop because we're in this very confusing time. It's a very confusing time if you're not solid with who you are. You are divinity. You are true divinity. You have a soul in your meat suit, okay? You're not a human that has a soul, by the way. You are a divine soul that's just residing right now in this temporary, meat suit, this reflection, to have this experience. It's a schooling, if you will. It's a master class. And that was a huge risk, and he speaks on that, which I've always known that. And I, not because someone told me that, by the way, I've always just known that. And that this world wants to cut you off at the knees all the time. Bend to the knee. Don't, you do what you want. I don't bend no damn knee. I can't, by the way, but I don't. It's a soul thing. It's really a soul connection. Like, I don't know if I've shared, but I've had Archangel Michael come through. Isn't that so cool how that just came out, though? I've had Archangel Michael come through. When he came through the veil, he walked right through the veil, and it was just awing. Like, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Like, how much we forget. It was mind-blowing. In my soul, it was like, I didn't bend the knee. It was just my soul was one with greatness. It was, but you wanted to bow at the same time for humbleness. It was a humble. And we don't bow to angels. That's not what I'm saying. You just, because it's a humbling. It's a humbling and oneness with divinity is the best way I can describe it. And Archangel Michael's very real, and he's very beautiful. He's absolutely stunning, and they're all right here with us. And it's amazing how much we forget. It's like someone put up this thick wallpaper, and all we've been able to see is the wallpaper, right? Some of us can see through the wallpaper, but most of the world just sees the wallpaper. And this is where you are. You're here, and this is it. And it's not. There's so much through the wallpaper, and past that, and if you want to believe it's all a hologram and whatever, I'm not here. You do you, boo. I see the beauty that's coming through, and it is. And it's going to permeate through now because it's time. Hi, Michelle. Let me read what y'all are saying. Sorry, I'm just speaking from my soul. Yes, we did. Something is going to turn up because we did. We would totally never come in alone. We would never come in here alone. Ever, 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 ever. We would put fail safes in place. Into here, and it's interesting because when I came across Ashayana, I was like, oh my God, this lady is talking about everything like I remember. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it was like it wasn't because she was saying it. It was because I remembered it. I remembered it. I don't remember everything, but I remembered a lot of things that she was speaking on. I was like, whoa, okay. Because I've just always remembered. just never forgot. And I remember the first time going to church and I knew that they were lying. It felt unholy, and it did. It felt very unholy, very sin, be fearful, and you must confess, and I'm not saying, oh, I don't know, you do you, but to say you were born with sin on you, like, have you seen a baby? Have you seen a little baby? An innocent little teeny baby? How can an innocent little teeny baby be born with? You know what I mean? Like, to indoctrinate you into that belief, that heavy distortion to keep you earthed is diabolically brilliant. Diabolically brilliant. Um, and yes, we would have fail safes put in here. This is all ending. And people want to believe it's holograms and such. And I guess maybe that's easier to believe. And clearly use your discernment. I'm not saying that they don't got something up their sleeve, because clearly they do. We all know they're gonna do that fake alien invasion crap, and we all know that. But we also know true divinity will shine through, and is shining through. And we would have totally put fail safes in. We would have never done this alone. We would have never come in like that, come through these timelines like that, um, to get stuck. And some people did, though. Some people, that's why we came back. Some did get stuck in distortions, and this is why this is the level of, like, there's never in I don't think there's ever been such a level of ascension. I think it did one other time, and then I don't want to use the word failed, but it didn't. It got interrupted. It got hijacked. I want to use the word hijacked. This is the most ascension humanity, souls in human meat suits have come to in long, 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 long time. And many are waking up. Many are, and I've been paying attention for a long time. And I really, for the longest time, thought most people were just asleep, because I've always seen through this place, and I thought everybody did. And then when you start realizing, no, that's not the case, not everybody does, you kind of like keep it to yourself. This is the most it's ever been spoken about that we remember anyway. We came close one other time. This time they will not. They will fail. We will not. This is a high vibrational time. There's so many that are in a high vibrational frequency, working on their stuff. Okay, instead of carrying it around like rocks, right? Past hurts, harms, whatever. You're healing it, and you're moving through it, and you learned from it, right? And then you take what you learned, leave the rest, and keep moving through in a healing energy, right? Not a distortion, not a destructive energy. Where and this is like, I had gotten a message. I don't know if I should share it, because you probably all think I'm a weirdo anyway. Um, I am a weirdo, but I'm okay with that. So I had gotten this message. Let me see. Let me get my notebook. And it's a brief message, but I could see them. I literally could see them. I'll finish playing. It's almost over anyway. See. Um, okay, so this is what I was seeing. Okay, visitors that are here. Okay. There's visitors that are here. There's 3 visitors here. One sits and waits while the other 2 are in our world seeing. Hold on, let me turn on the light. When I write, I like chicken freaking scratches. See, it's like, I have to try to read my writing. Okay, visitors are here. 3. One sits and waits while 2 are in our world seeing how well they seem to understand this world is morning stars, and they see the decoration. So the vision I was getting was like these there were 2 men, and they walked into a place with all kinds of Christmas decorations. And they understood what that was. Like they're not of this world. And they understood this is all Morning Star celebration with the decorations. And those who didn't realize, I can't even realize they're dead and are still, well, I can't even read they're still celebrating the fallen star. They look around and they see it clearly and know exactly where they are because they're not from here, and what a deception and illusion this place has become. So it's like three people from another space and time come through here, and they are here. I saw it as clear as day, and they see everything here is such a deception. The decorations, the signs, the celebrations, and we're in the land of the dead. If you don't know that, like, sorry to burst your bubble, but we are. And they could see it clearly because they're not of this space and time. They did not get indoctrinated. They're from different space and time, so they're not indoctrinated into any of this stuff at all. And I was getting shown like how the decorations, it was like the underworld. It was weird. It was a weird vision of how I was shown this. It was like walking up to a counter. They were walking up to a counter where all this garland was around the outline of the counter, and it was they went to the underworld where we are, and they understood that all of this, they see right through it, that all this is all Morning Star. It's all fallen, and they see that. They were seeing how many people still celebrating Morning Star, and they don't realize that that's what they're doing. And it was just interesting how I was shown that. I don't know if that's going to make sense to anybody, but there's 3 visitors here, and I thought that was interesting. And I got specifically 2 are here and 1 waits in the background. And I don't know what that means, but I trust that. And it was like, yeah, the fallen star. I end up writing. When I get it real fast, I just write real fast, and I can't even read my own writing after a while. But I could see it. It was a vision, and I had to write it down because I didn't want to lose that. It was so clear, and I could see how they see. It was really cool. Like I could see how they see this world, the way it truly is, and how, like, it's almost like, if you live in a messy place, after a while, it doesn't look messy to you, right? It just becomes a part of you, so to speak. And then you have someone that comes in that knows how to clean, and they see that you live in a messy place. I don't know how else to explain that. A messy place. And then they help you clean up so that you can see better, that you feel better, that you can function better, that I don't know if that makes sense or not. I don't know if that was the best analogy, but it's like, yeah, if you live in a certain space and time all along, you don't realize you don't know what you don't know until someone comes along to help brighten it up a bit for you to see what is really going on. And you're like, oh wow, that was really messy, and oh wow, that really was dirty, and dang, I didn't really realize that, because you became comfortable, not to, like, you just became comfortable with it, and instead of and that's why that saying is, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's not a fun time either. I'm not saying that lightly. But it keeps you sharp. It keeps you not getting used to. It keeps you from the distortion, so that you don't settle, so you don't get conformed, I guess. And the visitors, they're not conformed because they're not from here. It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a better analogy than that. I guess when we go to heaven, we'll realize, wow, what were we doing there? Wow, that place, what were we thinking? What were we thinking going down there? Because many people got stuck down here. Many souls got stuck down here in the distortion, in the war, specifically the war. And they kept looping through the war, kept thinking they had to come back for the war. the war's really been over. It's just the war amongst the own demons. Okay, they battle each other. Heck, they battle each other more than anything else. In some many who are soldiers here, if you don't, I'm sorry to say it like this, but it's the truth. Like, you signed up for Morning Star's army, not the Divine Army, and you don't have to believe anything I'm saying. It's okay. That's why they do the salute over the right eye. That's all Morning Star. I was getting Hitler, Hail Hitler. I was getting that. And people kept signing up for that, looping through, thinking that they believed that they were the battle from heaven and earth. I'm not saying they didn't believe what they were signing up for, but they got really lost in the grid down here, in the war down here. And Michael's tired. Archangel Michael's really tired. He seeks peace. Archangel Michael seeks peace, not war. And the war it's over. It's over. And it has to do with the Atlantean battles. And I remember that too. I remember something kept orbiting, and then slammed and sank us. I remember that. I mean, it was beautiful there. I remember Atlantis. It's beautiful there. I remember Lemuria. I remember this place before it turned into this place. And it was really beautiful, by the way. It was absolutely stunning. It was coveted. It was self-sustaining. And then these beings, Anunnaki, reptilians, came in and they took her of all her resources. You know, the most gemmiest of gemstones, right? Just think of it, the most gemmiest of gemstones. And then you start taking all of her resources. You put wires on her, you dig holes in her, you take her fluids, you create a race to put on her that doesn't honor her at all. It's terrible what they did to this place. Absolutely terrible. And it will be restored and it will be balanced again. And that's what we're going through. We're here as the clean. Yeah. Well stated. The cleanup crew. Yes. You have a friend. Deane is his last name. Oh wow, that's really cool. You know, I didn't know about all that stuff. I didn't. I wanted to believe that they were really talking about God. As a teenager, you know, I remembered it as a kid, and I didn't know if it was just that church when I was little kid, you know, and then you just don't know what you don't know. Now I know it's way different, but everything is fear, fire, brimstone. You're going to be cast into hell. Well, we're already there. We definitely came here to help. We did. For those, you know who you are, you know, to not be indoctrinated. And that's why, I do wonder if the folks that are Jehovahans know. You know, like I said, I have a friend that is one, and I had to just step away because it was like an insult. It was becoming like I've had to say something to her, like, just because I don't believe in your God that you call God does not mean I'm not spiritually aligned, sweetheart. That's really rude to say to somebody. And you know, she is all about Jehovah, not, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way she knows, and she probably would not even believe it, that is a fallen angel. They don't want to believe it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to know it. It's weird. I would want to know the truth. And that's why, because last year I was asking her, I'm like, she was talking about, I mean, I don't mind reading scripture, stuff like that. Sometimes I do find comfort in some of it, not all of it, but some of it. And I was like, oh, so, what do you do? What do you mean you do this Bible study? So it was, and they're, personally, I think they're all it felt like very witchcraft to me. Very, believe me, I've gotten a lot of shit for reading oracles. I don't know. I think that's pretty dark when you're going to church and you're trying to indoctrinate someone into organized religion. I think that's about as dark as it can get. Maybe not. Maybe it could get darker. I don't know. But I'm not here trying to indoctrinate anybody into anything. I'm actually sharing just my experience, strength, and hope of leaving my body, going to heaven, and coming back and reminding you that you truly are love. And and now that I'm grateful that Ashayana stuff has come out, even though it's been out since the 90s, but it's stuff I've always known on the inside that I just didn't hear somebody else say. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm hearing other, it's like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're not supposed to be indoctrinated into anything, for we are in Morning Star's world. That means everything here is his stuff or her stuff, its stuff. And some of these I want to show you, right? Because he showed a picture. If I can rewind this a bit. And I have actually captured it right here. That's really around us right there. See all those tall beings right there? That is really around us. This is a really accurate depiction of what we're somehow in, weirdly, okay? Oops, if I can find that. Right here, where'd it go? Right there. I have footage of that, for real. I have footage of this right here. Whoop. Of these tall beings around us. They're huge, but they're huge. They're like past the sky. And there's like one next to the other, all lined up, watching over us, or looking down upon us, or whatever. So just all you can do. I'm not trying to indoctrinate you into anything. You believe what you want. It's all good with me. I don't know why you felt the need to say that. Most people only take what resonates and leaves the rest, but it's okay. And thank you. I appreciate you as well. The Ruby Order. Ooh, that's interesting. That is so interesting, the Ruby Order. They do love, that's it. The comfortable cages. That's it right there. The comfortable cages. They get comfortable in their. So back to, my friend, like, it's like I want to be like, girl, do you know you're praying to a fallen one? But I don't say stuff like that. I'll share on my channel because whatever. But I mean, I don't say that to her. But she's just always like, well, if you were aligned with Jehovah, like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. I'm not here to shove it. I'm just sharing my experience, strength, and hope. What I've been through, leaving this world, coming back to this world, and just sharing that you truly are love. Okay, you really are. You truly love. You believe it or not. You don't have to believe you're love. You can believe there's a Father God, and that you must bow to your knee, and that's fine. Whatever works for you. That. I'm not trying. It's just I'm trying to explain that you're truly love, and you truly are divinity, in a world that wants to conform you and make you feel bad for that. You should right there. You should question everything. You know what I'm saying? Um, I like that. Well, I'm from the Emerald Order. I'm from the Emerald Order. I'm definitely part of the Ark of the Covenant. I'm very ancient here. Very ancient here. But that's cool that you know that. I think that's amazing, and thank you for sharing that. No, we can't blame them. Like, I don't hold any ill. Never, never. I feel bad that it makes my heart sad. It really makes my heart and soul sad that or maybe she's comfortable with it. I don't know. Maybe she's fine with praying to a fallen one. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable going there with her, so I don't. You believe what you want. And that's, I'm just sharing on my channel because I created this channel for that. Um as much as I share divinity, I share the and reveal the darkness as well. Um, and believe me, I get some backlash for that, and I do. And it's just part of it's just part of it. You know what I'm saying? And it goes with the territory. It is more lessons. Yep, lessons and blessings. Absolutely. I agree with you on that 1000%. And I get a kick out of like I know that we're all different. Like I don't even want to use the word races here. I don't like that word because it's a separating word. We're all orders of the light, right? That's how I look at it. We come in different. We're like the colors of the rainbow here, if you will, and we're souls here that take on and utilize a meat suit here. Um, and that goes along with playing out whatever you have to heal here as well. You know, because many of us, I've been Native American, I've been African American, I'm a white girl, I'm a this, you know, I've been many in different lifetimes. And I think that we take those pieces and bring them to the next lifetime due to the soul trap here. And it definitely is, and they show us that too. Star Trek actually showed that soul trap, the deception of coming back to the Matrix, and they make it sound so wonderful. And this was not that. We came here, we who understand what I'm saying, we came here on a mission. We definitely came in as a mission, not a soul trap. When we understood the risks, um, there was a lot that was gone over before we came here. We were warned of the risks. Uriel was definitely a part of, and Michael were definitely a part of it, to set up failsafe along with, and we don't, and then learning about like Thoth betraying us as well. And that was, I want to say that was part of the fall of Atlantis because Thoth totally betrayed the Emerald Order. And then Atlantis, you know, sank. And he shared vital, delicate information with the Anunnaki and with the Draconians, and gave them sacred information that they didn't have. And I feel like that's part of why we're here as well, if that makes sense. So, and we're trying to prevent the looping through again. You know, this is all, this is over. This is ending. This is over. This is why they have to reveal everything now. They know their time is up. This is their fear. This is their revelation. This is their revelation. This is their fear, not ours at all. So this is going to get real interesting anyway. And you know, again, if you all want to believe the hologram, I'm not saying they're not, some of this stuff isn't holograms. Clearly we know the levels of the deception that has already gone on for a long time now, and it has to end. And this is why they're pushed now to share this information, because what's going to happen is the Sumerians are going to appear, the Anunnaki will appear, and they will, along with the Pleiadians. I'm feeling the Emerald, I'm hearing the Emerald Order will appear, and they have to get the public ready, or else it's going to be chaos. I think it's just going to be chaos anyway. And then they have so much time and this is why they've been doing it. Remember a couple of years ago, UFOs didn't exist. And look how fast that's already happened. Like, they do exist, and now we're sort of disclosing the truth, but now we're not really disclosing anything, but we're disclosing the truth. And then they have to prepare the public, because this is something they can't hide anymore. It's like the curtain's drawn, the man behind the curtain's going to be revealed, and they can't hide that anymore. Their time is up. And I hope that makes sense to all of you. I mean, you all know anyway. I'm not telling y'all anything you don't already feel in your soul and know in your heart. I mean, you're all paying attention. I know you are. If you watch you're definitely paying attention. And we're being activated. I don't know about you, but like, wow, I've been feeling like I know my body's going through something, like definitely going through something. I got like the sweats and I feel achy and I've had screaming migraine. My back is killing me. My lower lumbar spine is killing me, which is, back at the bottom of the Kundalini. And they even want you to believe that Kundalini is negative. It's not. You want that to rise. You want your Kundalini to rise. They've been suppressing our Kundalini too long. And the whole crucifixion of Christ was truly crucified. We're the Christ. And it crucified, cut into our powers of our hands, the powers of our third eye, the powers of our feet. I mean, I have still scars of stigmata on me. That is to cut you off from the Most High, to have you stop believing in the Most High God. That was, again, the biggest risk coming here, is to cut you off from the higher dimensions, your higher self. And this world wants you to believe that it'd be evil for you to do that. It's demonic if you do that. And I remember the Messiah. I remember the Messiah saying, they're going to tell you I'm not real. They're going to tell you I'm evil. They're going to tell you I didn't exist. And here we are. People are trying to say the Messiah isn't real. Christ isn't real. Christ, we were the sacrifice. We were the sacrifice, actually. Christ is very real. Really, 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 really real. And Christ ascended. Christ came in at a high vibration. That's why he was so targeted. There was two of them. He was a twin. So, and we are the body of Christ. And they want you to keep sacrificing him every time you go take communion. They want you to drink his blood and eat his flesh. It's disgusting. I don't mean to offend anybody, but that's really gross. Do you think Christ would really want you to drink his blood? You already have Christ's blood in you. You have Christ RNA in you. You have God DNA in you. That's fact. It's fact. And this world wants, because of the lower vibrational suppressive energy, they were working on it, not activating. That's why they work so hard on putting all these wires around us and this Wi-Fi, air quote, Wi-Fi around us to keep us from our powers activating. It's all energy, baby. It's just a power struggle. And nothing is stronger than the Most High. Nothing. Love transcends all space and time. And you really are love. Oh, beep beep. Not a twin. I don't know. I'm hearing what you're saying. Yes, I see what you're saying on that one. The 12th strand Christ and the 9th strand Theothian Christ, yes. Okay, I get what you're saying. I know that there were two of them. I just took it as they were twins. But I always got shown, like, and I'm talking as a little kid, seeing Christ as almost like he would be, like, if you're bullied in school and stuff like that because you look different. Like, he looked different. He was different. He was ascended. He was an ascended master. He wasn't like this world. It's just like many of us don't feel like because we're not. We're very different. I'm not saying we're walking around like, walking on water and everything, but most of you have been bullied or targeted most of your life, outcasted, because you're different. You don't conform to lies, deceit in this world. You just don't conform to this world. You see the deception throughout this whole place. And that can be very uncomfortable. And then you see how lost people are. And they're lost, like, oh man, are they lost? They're lost. A lot of them are really lost. They're lost in alcoholism and addictions, and they're just so lost. It's heartbreaking. It's fucking heartbreaking. I'm talking real life out there on the streets. And I work with a lot of people in addictions, and it's hard because I understand the power of that addiction, and I also understand the enlightenment when you release it. And it's so hard to watch somebody destroy themselves. And it's heart-wrenching. It really is. For me, anyway, it is. And they just, like The Walking Dead. I'm sorry to say it like that, but that's what it is. And it's just like, oh my God. I don't know. It's just it's heartbreaking, and that's why I work with others. I truly believe if you can help, besides ourselves each day, if you help one person, great if you help more. But if you help one person, for me, that's fucking everything. It really is. That's everything to me. But that's me, you know? It is a strong program. I agree, Michelle, it really is. It's such a strong program. I think this is the strongest it's, I don't know, been. I want to say, yeah, this is like the strongest. And the more we rise, the more oppression we seem to be combating. If that's what I've been experiencing anyway. It's like, good Lord. Seriously, like, I'm not gonna. I privately I would share with you, but I'm not gonna share on here. But like I've been going through things, and I see what the darkness is trying to do to me. I see it, I feel it, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Like whack-a-mole, yes it is. Absolutely, it really is like whack-a-mole. But I appreciate you so much, Michelle. I really do. So I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate y'all being here with me. Take what resonates clearly, leave the rest. You believe what you want to believe in. I'm not here to indoctrinate anybody you got to go with your soul. Do your own research. Listen to your own soul. Listen to your own instincts. It's your true divine compass. And just keep fighting the good fight until I know for a fact Archangel Michael just seeks peace. He's done with war. He's tired. He's tired. He wants a break. He would like a break. Yes, I like that. Bend and bounce, we are rubber. I like that. You have a beautiful day. Keep rising, keep vibing high. Keep shining your light in this weirdo world. And just celebrate you. Because you are amazing. You are true divine love and true divine light. You are divine creator, source of all that is. Beams of light from heaven in this body, having this experience. Peace, love, and light to you.